What are you shaking for? What are you shaking?
Thank you.
Thank you. Mary Beth?
Good evening, everyone. I
Good
have a lot today. We're hoping to get the panel partition doors delivered tomorrow. Hopefully, if they come in, we should
Great.
have those installed by the end of the week. We're still waiting on the windows and the siding for the back. I've been trying to contact them. I know Carmen has. We're going to start pushing that because the weather's changing and we need that done, so.
Okay. Ed, do you have that information as well?
I do, and it sounds like there's an issue with windows. I mean, you're waiting for windows on your end, and I know they're waiting for windows here. I'll check, it sounds like,
The last time I contacted Kyle, he said he had all the windows.
he had them?
He has them.
All right,
So
that's-
I don't know why he's not responding to me at this point, but
Right.
we just need to push them, I think.
Okay. Do you mind if we reach out as well and see if we
Yeah.
can get something done? Okay.
Absolutely. Yep.
All right, Ed, can you take care of that and report right to me let us know?
Yep,
Cool.
that's about it. So,
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Ron Rosler?
Good evening. How is everyone?
Good.
Good. So, biggest thing to report on tonight is the snow. There are winter weather advisories up. We're expecting 2 to 4 inches starting probably after midnight by the morning drive time. Continue snowing throughout the day for possibly a total of 3 to 6. That's what we're looking at for tomorrow. And then the next weather system Wednesday night into Thursday. We'll see what that's shaping up to be.
So the 2 to 4, does it add
2 to
up with
4
the 3
by-
to 6, or is it 3 to 6 total for midnight?
3 to 6 total.
Total, okay.
And
thank
that
you.
2 to 4, but we should possibly see 2 to 4 by drive time in the morning. Next, LVAC, I ran the numbers today. They did meet their November metrics by only dropping 5 calls within the contract area for the whole month.
Great.
So I see positive things with the new director of operations. Hopefully, they let him continue doing what he's doing, and I think he's doing a good job, and things are definitely looking up as far as that goes. That's all I got.
Great. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
John Trojanowski? John, we don't give you time to sit down around here. You gotta keep moving.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Our Thanksgiving distribution went very well last Friday. We had 104 families with 271 children who received a complete Thanksgiving dinner plus additional groceries. Plus, we also had a winter coat drive, so many of the families also were able to get winter coats.
Great.
On December 15th, we are going to be participating in Project Sticker Shock. It is something we've been doing for several years. I was trying to figure out earlier how many years it's been. It's probably at least 20, 25 years that we've been doing it. In fact, the top store contacted me recently and said that on December 15th will be the 300th visit putting stickers on the alcoholic beverages. And they're asking the media to show up at that event, which will be at the top store on French Road, the corner of French Road. That will be the store where we will be on the 15th. We go to all 4 of the top stores. In fact, we're lucky we have 4 top stores here in Lancaster that we can put the stickers on. The sticker is a round red sticker that gets put on all of the packages. It says, "Know the law, prevent underage drinking. It is illegal for any person 21 or older to purchase or provide alcohol to minors. Fines are up to $1,000 or 1 year in jail." I should have had some water before I started talking.
Which,
But,
want to sit?
oh, no, I'm okay. We do this twice a year. In June, we do it with our teen volunteers, and in December, we do it with the Depew High School SAD chapter. So that is something that we're proud of doing and that we've been doing for many years. Our Day of Giving is on Wednesday, December 17th. You're all invited to come participate in that very nice day. Operations are underway, and we thank Carmen, I know Carmen's here, his crew,
Not here.
is helping us get the Toys for Tots toys at the warehouse in Cheektowaga, plus whatever we have in storage out at Pavement Road. December 10th is the deadline for families to apply. And there are guidelines. They have to meet certain financial guidelines, plus there are some other information that they need to provide in order to apply for the Christmas giveaway that we have.
Okay. How many families are we up to?
We don't know yet, but every day there's got to be, I'm not sure how many families come in every day.
Okay.
So there's a steady stream. We're not sure if the numbers will be higher than last year. We're expecting that. But it's hard to say how many families actually will be participating because the deadline is December 10th and they keep coming in every day. They're there almost, hour on the hour, there's somebody stopping in.
Great. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chief Gummo? Evening.
So I will start with saying that I apologize for being late, but I figured it out. If I'm late, I'm not picked first. I'm going to start with the monthly dog control report. So for the month of November, dog control handled 21 calls or complaints, issued 16 compliance notices, 1 final notice, and 1 appearance ticket. They're following up on 93 expired licenses, 2 dog bite reports, dealing with 1 dangerous dog complaint, and they've had 1 dog redeemed back to its owner. They're doing something also, they had 1 dog that they're having a difficult time adopting out and had some signs of aggression, and rather than take any chances, they were able to make some contact with a group that is willing to work with the dog and try, so they took the dog. It was transferred out to them. It's called Diamonds in the Rough. I believe it's a nonprofit, and they work with troubled dogs instead of euthanization. So that's the report for them. I know they've been, slowing down a little bit on their call volume, but they're still obviously dealing with, licensing follow-ups, which has been pretty constant month by month, it seems. So they're staying right on top of it, trying to make sure that that's being addressed. Police department end, we are in the midst of interviews for numerous different police officer positions as we're preparing for vacancies with multiple retirements that are coming. Also starting the promotional interviews. First round started with preparing for a school resource officer that's going to be retiring. So we're still in the midst of that process. Things are going well. Interviews have been very well. We still have candidates to interview for police officer positions that are going to be vacant. So we're plugging away at it. It's still, more interviews this week, and hopefully have some answers starting next week as to candidates that are going to be potential for the future of this department.
Great.
That's what I have for right now.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Matt, what do you got for us?
Well, we submitted our monthly reports, stormwater, some census data. With the change in the seasons coming up, and I do wish everybody had an awesome Thanksgiving with friends, family, football, and everything associated with it. The change of seasons is real, and it's upon us. So I urge residents, businesses, please be mindful of your neighbors. Let's keep the sidewalks clear, open, access ways to your doors salted to prevent any slips and falls. I'm very heartbroken to hear 2 children had passed away in a house fire in the city of Buffalo. I don't know the particulars about it, but every time a child is involved, it leaves an impression. So again, I urge all of our residents, all of our neighbors, if you haven't done it already during daylight savings, please check your smoke detectors. Please make sure that your furnace flues and your fireplace chimneys are clear. It's getting colder. We're closing these places up, and we're trying to find alternative heat sources. So, I mean, that's about it. But again, our staff is working with less building permit applications, but the call volume is there for the complaints, neighborhood issues, and fortunately, they're responding to all of them and having the conversations necessary to assist. Again, any questions or concerns, please bring them to me, and we'll work together through them.
Okay. Ed?
Not a lot. I'm waiting for the updated quote on the Walden Pond press box. You didn't see anything.
I haven't seen anything,
I
no.
talked to them mid last week for the holiday, and said they were supposed to get it out, so I'll follow up with them.
They did contact me, they wanted to know, because they thought it was for a school. I said, no, it's not for the school,
No.
it's just for the town.
Yeah.
So, because there's certain criteria they got to meet for the schools versus
Size or
when it's
whatever.
not, right?
Okay. Outside of that, nothing special. I mean, the projects are just plugging away. Slowed down over the holiday, and we'll pick some stuff back up. Working with A-Turf on Westwood and wrapping up Walden Pond. Some issues there.
Okay,
That's it.
great, thank you. Diane?
We're continuing to do our normal work. Taxes are winding down. Actually, today was the last day. So anything that was still postmarked today, we have to accept. So that will all get taken care of. And we are gearing up for the reorganization meeting, the first meeting in January, which has many, many resolutions, but we're getting there.
Thank you. Emily?
Thank you. I don't have anything to report tonight.
Okay. Board, anything for the work session at this point? Okay. I know we have the Boy Scouts in here tonight, correct? Okay. So the way this usually works for everybody is during this time period from 6:30 to 7, we have, sometimes we have people come in and do presentations who want to build new projects in the town of Lancaster. We don't have that tonight. Then we go around, since we didn't have that, we went around to our department heads to see if they had anything or see what's going on in their different departments. So at this point in time, we're done a little bit early. My understanding is you guys were going to talk to the board about some of the resolutions. You will have an opportunity to do that after we go through the regular town board meeting, and then you'll have an opportunity to come up and ask your questions about different resolutions. So at this point in time, we're going to take a little break. We'll be back right at 7 o'clock, get started, and that'll be one of the first things on there. We'll be talking about the pre-filed resolutions, just so you know what's going on. All right? Thank you very much.
This meeting is being live streamed, and it will continue to be streamed even from now on. So even in the break, everything will be recorded, just to let you know. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It should state that I can't still say my signature.
There's not. Okay.
See that one? Oh, I love that one. Show me little hand. Yeah, well, cute. I think it's like twice today because I had another one. I'm like,
It's fine with me. No, it's good. And then Tom will have both of us, one on either side, for questions. No, he's just saying he won't take it. He doesn't want to sit in your seat. But Tom will be the first vote every time anyway. Yeah.
Might as well. Get your chairs too.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be sitting there right here.
Well, I'll go back. So I've reviewed that every couple of years for a few years now. And I don't think I've ever seen a copy of the mine closure plan.
No.
That will tell you where you can go, guys. If the mine closure plan takes you that high, okay. You know. They gotta have one on file. It's actually mine. They have a closure plan on file.
We're not sure yet.
I didn't scan the application.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all the drawings shows tile, grade, existing.
2022 of the existing and a 2022 map proposed.
Yeah, well, that's good for them. Them,
Well,
them.
77.
Right, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yes,
Laura? I never saw it.
that's its budget. He's gonna
He must be having an issue with it. I'm not seeing any survey, yeah. My guess is they went, oops, trying to cover something up.
Doing irrigation is not close to the
We asked for the information. More is easy, just give us a survey, isn't it? Show us where you're at. Yeah. Well, then. Right. But they filled one. They filled more than one.
And the bond built permit is predicated.
Right, and it's like that. What they gave us. Oh, yeah, yeah. I told her that, hey, You're missing half the site here.
Chili roll. Watch this. So I used to play flute.
That was the
And
that makes me he have all of it.
so you could see it. So I thought, so at least I wear tights. Then I try to,
Nice little ankle.
yeah, I do the ankle thing.
I can never get comfortable in these because I like to sit on my legs.
Yes.
And then I gotta show you the roof. Yeah. But is it normal to look like this? I know that's where the addition was with this.
Fine, yeah. Done it before with them, so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's worth a try.
It wasn't like that when they put it on.
no.
I guess it's cold. Because of the joint.
So do you think they can pass this?
Peel it back, cut out the sheathing, peel out the sheathing. When they built the addition, they just did that. And they should have cut back on the existing and then run the sheathing, the whole sheet over that joint. And they just went back when they built it, and how long was the addition? From a friend of mine.
Okay.
There's something against it, it's just something they need to fix it. Whoops.
It'd be an argument with them. They're gonna say, hey, we just put the roof on over there.
We'll do that one.
I have one there, Mark.
Back.
I mean, that's gonna be their argument.
Hey, what troop are you guys with? 545. 545? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Are you gonna have him come up?
Yeah.
Very nice, nice idea. We'll be at the license on YouTube.
Exactly.
Mr. Deeds. Thought you had a candy, George candy.
No, I have cough drops. You ever want some cough drops?
Thank you.
One more meeting.
Yeah, maybe my legs being up drop was down.
Why do you think eyes?
Don't know. I hope I didn't get it from some weird site, but it was very, just it was
A little bit.
probably 50 to 100 different little sayings in there, so I just like that. It's very plain and simple. I'll go back to them in the future.
No.
most I've ever seen is like, I don't know, 35 or 36 resolutions. That wasn't our view. Chuck.
You had it this morning.
I hope so.
Yeah, we're in the final.
To correct that all.
Got it.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Lancaster Town Board meeting for December 1st, 2025. Diane, roll call, please.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Here.
Councilmember Dickman.
Here.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Here.
Councilmember Studley.
Here.
Supervisor Leary.
Here. This evening, we're going to have Boy Scout Troop number 545 lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you guys want to come stand up here and lead us. And we'll turn towards the flag here. So whenever you guys are ready to go, let me know. You guys ready? Okay, go ahead. Thank you very much. Stay there for 1 second. We're going to do a very short invocation. December is the month of the year that deals with the people that we love the most. So on that note, may your December be rich with family moments that become the memories you cherish for years to come. Thank you very much, gentlemen. You can have your seats. Okay, nice job. All right, this evening we have 17 pre-filed resolutions. We have 0 suspended resolutions. We have no public hearings. We do have 1 executive session to deal with personnel matter. And on that note, we are going to start off with the pre-filed resolutions where we give the people in the audience the opportunity to be heard on all these pre-filed resolutions. So at this point in time, the town board will hear the concerns of persons desiring to address the town board on any pre-filed and proposed suspended resolutions for a total period of 30 minutes. The procedures are to raise your hand, give your name and address to the town clerk, speak directly to the town board members, and I think we're just going to have the address of the leaders of the Boy Scouts. If they have questions, we'll just go with that. Speak once for 5 minutes or less, unless the town board grants a speaker an extension of this time limit. And we do not allow any unruly activity because it could result in the expulsion from the meeting. So at this point in time, do we have anybody who wants to be heard in the audience on any of the pre-filed resolutions? Yes, sir, please step up here. Give the town clerk your name and address.
Hi, my name is Joe Novak. My address is 176 Lafayette, Buffalo, New York, 14213. And I am wondering about item number 10 on this. It's the Burkhart and ceiling devices issue. And it says here, whereas Hodgson Russ LLP does not possess any confidential information learned from the town concerning the matter and has represented that it is confident that that this representation will not impact its independent professional judgment on any other matter involving the town. So am I fair in understanding this, that there's one lawyer to represent both the town and the company, the sealing company? And also, it says right here, it does not possess any confidential information. How is that possible when the lawyer represents both sides?
I'll start you off with Hodgkin Russ is a very, very big company.
Okay.
They have, what, hundreds? Hundreds of attorneys who work
Okay.
there. So again, it's not specifically one attorney from the town. We have an attorney, and we have a deputy attorney, who is Emily, our town attorney, is not here right now. Emily usually does these meetings. And the attorney that's handling this particular matter doesn't deal with the town, okay? So it's kind of separated
So
from
does
anything
that-
to do with the town.
Using the Hodgkin lawyers, does that save resources for the town, using their lawyers versus the town lawyer?
This particular, there's certain things that our town attorneys do, and then there's outside counsel that we bring in for certain matters that they don't specialize in, or we have to reach out for additional information. Emily, if you want to jump in there and explain that?
Yeah, so for certain, certain matters, we'll use Hodgson Russ as our outside counsel. For more specific, they have specialized attorneys on different areas. So this specifically, they likely have one attorney in their firm, very large firm, that represents the sealing devices. So they have to disclose to the town, since we are also their client. So Sealing Devices is a client, the town is one of their clients. They have to disclose to us there's a conflict, not necessarily with the attorney that we typically use from Hodgson Russ on Town of Lancaster matters, but just in the firm, there's a conflict. So where it says that the information is not learned, that's specific to the attorney that we usually have representing us. It would not be involved at all in the matter that they're otherwise representing Sealing Devices in their firm.
Okay, so using their lawyer, that does save the town, it's a different question, I guess, but will it save the town resources? Time, money?
Well, specific to whatever the issue is that we use outside counsel, it costs the town money to do that, but it's specific issues that myself and Jennifer don't work on.
Do you does Lancaster have a prior relationship with Hodgkins Russ? Is that like a common law firm to do this kind of relationship thing with?
We've had Hodgson Russ our outside counsel for as long as I've been with the town, I think.
Yeah, for quite a while, Diane.
I'm not exactly sure.
How have those situations gone? Smoothly, or have there been issues?
No, they're always great to work with and helpful for all the issues we have.
Okay. Mark, anything?
I have the spelling of your last name.
Novak.
Okay.
So within this situation, Sealing Devices has a lawyer from Hodgson Russ. They're hiring them. We have our town attorney, so when that comes in, if they can't handle it, then we would go possibly Hodgson Russ. We do have another firm we work with as well. But within that, what they're saying is they're not working together on this project. It's separate, and there is no conflict within that.
Okay.
So it's not where we're saving money. They're actually hiring their own lawyer through Hodgson & Russ. We have our town attorney. When that application comes in, we have engineers, Matt, we have our town attorneys that look over it. And then if for some reason they need help on that, then they would go to outside counsel.
Okay.
And if I may interject as to your question as to whether
Hopefully
it
that
saves the taxpayer money by using Hodgson Russ versus our own town attorneys. Again, our town attorneys specialize.
Yep.
So if it's a particular case, and not to rehash what you said already, but I guess in simpler terms, if it's a specific case that, or a specific specialty that our attorneys don't have, it is beneficial for the taxpayer for us to win the lawsuit, to seek out an attorney that we've used that would have that specialty and be able to win the lawsuit.
Okay.
This isn't
You
a
understand? So that's why we use outside attorneys, because our attorneys, although they're great at municipal law and so forth, this type of case might be in a special area where they're not as knowledgeable. And that's why an attorney from Hodgson Russ will be specialized in that area and be working better on behalf of the taxpayer than our attorney.
So saving resources is a possibility, but it's not the main reason for using the same firm. Okay.
Okay, any other questions?
You guys?
Okay, Hodgkin Russ is great with contract negotiations, as an example. So we'll
Okay.
reach out to them for contract negotiations. They've been doing that for years and years and years. We have several different unions in the town, so they help us out with those negotiations. Completely separate from this particular instance here. We have had situations where we have voted against allowing them to work on both things because we saw a potential conflict. But in this particular case, with the guidance of our own town attorneys, we don't see any kind of conflict in here. It hasn't been voted on yet, but, at this point in time, we don't see any
Okay.
conflict in there. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, well, no problem. Thank you. Does anybody else in the audience want to speak on any of the pre-filed resolutions at this time? Please raise your hand. Okay. Seeing no hands raised, we are going to move on at this point. Okay, do any of the town board members have any official reports or town board committee reports? Okay, if not, I'm going to jump in there because, go ahead.
I don't want to steal what you're going to.
No, we can talk about it together.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Yesterday was a great day out in Westwood Park, if anybody had a chance to get there. Santa was there. There were lots of activities. It was a fantastic event that was put on. We had a couple people doing balloon animals. We had ornament making, lots of food, hot cocoa, cookies, popcorn, letters to Santa where you could mail them. It was fantastic. I know I brought my daughter. She loved it. There was plenty of kids there. All were extremely happy.
Yeah,
Great event.
It was absolutely, and so basically it's done every single year. It's put on by our rec department, forestry department, recreation, parks, and forestry department. Got to throw all three of those things in there, and it was a great event. Lots of kids in there. Everybody left happy. They got their balloons, they got their ornaments, they got the visit with Santa Claus. So it worked out real well. And this has been quite the weekend for the village of Lancaster and the town of Lancaster. We had the tree lighting on Friday night over here, which we do. You see all the beautiful lights out there. It was a great evening, followed by, that was Friday night. Saturday night, we had the fire truck parade that came through here. I think there was about 150 trucks, 153 trucks or so that came in there. Got to sit there and be one of the judges. That is live streamed around the world. We had the astronauts at the space station a couple years back acknowledge that they watched that officially, and we get people from all over the world who watch that fire truck parade, so it's pretty cool. So this weekend has been great, the start of the Christmas season, so that's what I want to talk about. I'm going to turn it over to Diane for 1 second for the Rotary Club, and if you see the pole, I'm going to jump in here a little bit of your stuff, but the poles outside, you see all the decorations that are on those. Those are supplied by the Rotary Club of Lancaster and Depew. We do take sponsorships for those. We're up to about $3,000 in sponsorships right now. As of this evening, we hope to get more money in, and the money then goes to the food banks in Depew and in Lancaster here, the Trinity and Tri-Community, Tri-Community Food Pantries. Last year, we gave them quite a bit of money. We hope to get up and give them quite a bit of money again this year, especially this time of the year when people can use a few extra bucks, help everybody get the food that they need. And since I stole most of it, what else you got?
If anybody has any questions about it, they can contact me here at the town hall. I am the treasurer of the Lancaster Depew Rotary Club. So the money would ultimately come to me so that we can collect it and help both of the food pantries at this time of year when they are really in need. And any amount would do. I would really appreciate anyone's consideration. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else?
I have a question for Diane. Is there a deadline for the donations?
It's a very loose deadline. Obviously, the sooner the better.
Yeah.
But we'll take money at any point throughout the Christmas season, because then after the Christmas season, we will present those checks
Right after
to the
the
food
New Year.
pantries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
You're welcome.
good. Thank you. All right, at this point, we're going to move on to our pre-filed resolutions. Number one is mine. Be it resolved that the minutes of the regular meeting of the town board held November 17th, 2025 be and are hereby affirmed. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Dickman?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Resolution number 2 is also mine. And be it resolved that the following audited claims be and are hereby ordered paid from their respective accounts as per abstract to be filed in the office of the town clerk by the supervisor's office, to wit, check run number 12/1/2025, total amount hereby authorized to be paid, $501,205.33. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Dickman?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Councilmember Dickman, number 3 and 4, please.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Honorable Board, I offer resolutions 3 and 4 for adoption. Number 3, resolved that the following building permit applications be and are hereby reaffirmed. This time around, we have 39 in the town, 5 in the village, for a total of 44 permits. Now therefore be it resolved that the building permit applications coded CSW for a conditional sidewalk waiver be and are hereby reaffirmed with a waiver of the town ordinance required for sidewalks. However, the waiver is granted upon the express condition that the town of Lancaster at any future dates reserves the right to order sidewalk installation at the expense of the property owner.
Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Dickman?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes.
Number 4, whereas the town board of the town of Lancaster held a public hearing upon the application of Michael Salvador, president of MJJ Property Management, for a special use permit to perform mulching, shredding, and processing on the premise known as 6140 Genesee Street, and the town board issued the special use permit May 1st, 2017, whereas by letter received November 10th, 2025, Michael Salvador requested that the town board renew the special use permit, and whereas by letter dated November 17th, 2025, Matt Fischione, code enforcement officer for the town of Lancaster, has requested that the town board renew the special use permit for a 2-year period, and whereas Matt Fischione has completed an on-site inspection and found the property compliant to the original conditions of the special use permit for mulching, shredding, and processing materials. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Lancaster does hereby grant the special use permit renewal to MJJ Property Management LLC, 6140 Genesee Street, Lancaster, New York, upon the terms and conditions set forth in the zoning ordinance for the period of January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2027, and that the applicant will continue in compliance with conditions set forth in agricultural residential districts, overlay district, and special use permits of the Code of the Town of Lancaster with the following conditions, and there are the 7 original conditions on there.
Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Dickman?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Resolution number 5, whereas Director of Administration and Finance Nicholas Swanson has approved the request from John Trojanowski, Executive Director of the Lancaster Youth Bureau, for the recommended adjustments to the town's 2025 adopted budget. Now therefore be it resolved that the following budget amendments be and are hereby approved in the 2025 adopted budget of the town of Lancaster. It's basically within our Youth Bureau, Youth Services. We're moving money from one line, which is contractual other, to tutors, summer theater, just to move $100 over in there. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Dickman?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Councilmember Dickman, number 6, please.
Thank you again, Mr. Supervisor. Honorable Board, I offer Resolution 6 for adoption. Whereas by letter dated November 18th, 2025, Matt Fischione, Code Enforcement Officer for the Town of Lancaster, has advised the Town Board that the Building and Zoning Department no longer has use for the following vehicle, and has requested that the Town Board therefore deem the vehicle to be surplus and placed on an online auction. And whereas the Town Board has given due consideration to the request of Matt Fischione and deems it in the public interest to declare the following vehicle surplus, and it's a 2017 Chevy Equinox LS with 16,524 miles. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Lancaster declares the above described vehicle to be surplus and authorizes code enforcement officer Matt Fishione to place the vehicle up for public bid at an online auction with Auctions International in East Aurora beginning on or about December 4th, 2025 and concluding December 15th, 2025, with the funds received from said auction to be made payable to the town of Lancaster and delivered to the town supervisor's office.
Do we have a second? On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Dickman?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Councilmember Studley, number 7, please.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor and Honorable Board. I offer resolution number 7 for adoption. Now therefore be it resolved that a public hearing before the town board of the town of Lancaster and the county of Erie shall be held at the Lancaster Town Hall, here, 21 Central Avenue, on the 15th day of December at 7:05 p.m. for the purpose of hearing all persons interested in the proposed local law number 1 of the year for 2026, amending the code of the town of Lancaster's chapter 350, article 10, vehicles and traffic. And be it further resolved that the town clerk is directed to publish a notice of public hearing in the Lancaster Bee, designated by the town as its official newspaper for this publication, and be posted on the town bulletin board with such publication to be not less than 10 days before the date of the public hearing. Also, post as required by law 1 copy of the notice of public hearing no later than the day such notice is published, and C, notify by mail all parties of interest pursuant to the general municipal law and the town law of public hearing not less than 10 days before the date of the public hearing. And be it further resolved that the town clerk is to make copies of the proposed local law number 1 for the year of 2026 entitled Amending the Code of the Town of Lancaster, Chapter 350, Article 10, Vehicles and Traffic, available at her office for inspection and distribution to any interested person during business hours.
Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Dickman?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Councilmember Burkhart, number 8, please.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor and Honorable Board. I'm offering Resolution 8 for adoption. Whereas Elfrida Hanazuski, DBA Ed Henning, 911 Ransom Road, Lancaster, New York, has applied for a renewal license to conduct a salvage yard on premises situated at 911 Ransom Road within the town of Lancaster pursuant to Chapter 275 Salvage Yard and Chapter 400-23D Junkyard / Salvage Yard Design Standards of the Code of the Town of Lancaster. And whereas the application was referred to the Town Board for review, and whereas the building inspector, by letter dated November 19th, 2025, has notified the Town Board that he has completed his review and made a favorable recommendation thereto. Now therefore it be it resolved that Elfrida Hanazuski, DBA Ed Henning, 911 Ransom Road, and is hereby authorized to conduct a salvage yard on premises situated at 911 Ransom Road, Lancaster, for the period January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2026, in strict conformance with the application of the petitioner as filed in the office of the town clerk.
Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Dickman?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Resolution number 9. Whereas A-Turf has offered to donate a turf field without installation to the town of Lancaster, valued at not more than $125,000, and whereas after due review and consideration, the town board has determined that the town of Lancaster can make use of such a donation, and it is in the public interest to accept. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the town board of Lancaster hereby accepts the donation of a turf field without installation, valued at no more than $125,000 to the town of Lancaster. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, on the question, basically, A-Turf is the same company that installed our turf field at Walden Ponds Sports Complex. They were installing a field in central New York at a high school, and it turned out that unfortunately, they didn't do the drainage. Somebody else did the drainage. The drainage wasn't done properly. The high school said, we're not taking that field. It was a brand-new field, not even completed yet. So A-Turf, who has a good relationship with us, one of the people running it is from Williamsville, contacted us and said, hey, are you guys interested in this turf field? We have a need for it at Westwood Park, where the soccer field is right there, so we're going to be replacing that with this free turf. The turf itself is free. The installation, the town is going to have to pay for. Okay? So, on the roll?
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Dickman?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Resolution number 10, Councilmember Burkhart, please.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor and Honorable Board. I'm offering Resolution 10 for adoption. Whereas Hodgkins Russ LLP has from time to time represented and currently represents the town of Lancaster, the town, in a variety of matters and values the town as a client, and whereas Hodgkins and Russ has been asked by Sealing Devices and its affiliated entities, including Altima Enterprises, to represent them in connection with an expansion project at the Sealing Devices site, 4400 Walden Avenue in the town of Lancaster, which will involve, among other things, submittal of applications to and negotiations with the town, the matter, and whereas Hodgkins and Russ does not possess any confidential information learned from the town concerning the matter and has represented that it is confident that this representation will not impact its independent professional judgment on any other matter involving the town. And whereas Hodgkins and Russ has requested a similar waiver from Sealing Devices and its affiliated entities, and they have agreed. Now therefore be it resolved by the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster as follows, that the town hereby agrees to waive any conflict of Hodgkins and Russ as the result of the representation described above.
Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Dickman?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Resolution number 11, whereas Roy Hamilton, RRH Properties LLC submitted an application for a special use permit for a 46-unit public storage building located at 5956 Genesee Street, SBL number 83.00-5-23.111 in the town of Lancaster, New York. And whereas Chapter 400 zoning, Article 14, administration and enforcement, Section 400-78, special use permits of the Code of the Town of Lancaster requires that the town board conduct a public hearing before the issuance of a special use permit for the use as proposed. Now, therefore, be it resolved that pursuant to Section 400-78 of the zoning code of the Town of Lancaster, a public hearing on the proposed special use permit for a 46-unit public self-storage building located at 5956 Genesee Street in the town of Lancaster, New York, will be held at the Town Hall right here, 21 Central Avenue, Lancaster, New York, on the 5th day of January 2026 at 7:05 p.m. local time, and that notice of said time and place of such hearing be published in the official newspaper of general circulation in said town and be posted on the town bulletin board, and that a copy of such notice of hearing be referred to the Erie County Department of Planning pursuant to Section 239M of the General Municipal Law, which notice shall be in the form attached hereto and made a part hereof. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question, basically, this is a property located across from Tops, near the Whole House on Genesee Street, so they'll have to come and hear from the public whether they want their particular, new development to go in there, the storage buildings. On the roll.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Dickman?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Councilmember Burkhart, number 12, please.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor and Honorable Board. I'm offering Resolution 12 for adoption. Whereas by letter dated November 24th, 2025, John Pilato, Town of Lancaster Highway Superintendent, has requested the purchase of one new and unused HDE 32 heavy-duty elite balancer with no-touch laser system and TDC laser for use by the Highway Department. And whereas per the Town of Lancaster procurement policy, 3 proposals were received with Loomis Route 135 Pineview Drive in Amherst being the lowest quote in the amount of $24,712.99. Whereas the total cost of $24,712.99 will be paid out of Highway Budget Line 13-5130-0210, and whereas the 2025 operating budget requires the following budget transfer to allow this expenditure. So $20,000 will be transferred from 13-5110-0210 to 13-5130-0210. Now therefore it be resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster hereby approves the expenditure of funds as requested by John Plato, Town of Lancaster Highway Superintendent, to purchase one new and unused heavy-duty Elite Balancer with no-touch laser system and a TDC laser from Loomis Root, not to exceed $24,712.99. Be it further resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster hereby approves and authorize a budget transfer in the 2025 operating budget in the amount of $20,000.
Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Dickman?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Resolution number 13, whereas E&R General Contracting Incorporated, located at 38th Street, Davids Drive, West Seneca, New York. The company awarded the contract for the Erie Street Water Main Replacement Project, contract TLN-16, has submitted a change order number 1 to decrease the amount by $218,597.77 to the Town Board for their approval based on the description previously provided to the Town Board. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster hereby approves change order number 1 from E&R General Contracting Incorporated with respect to the outline description provided to the Town Board. Description of change order number 1, the original contract amount was based on the estimated quantity for each bid item. This is the adjustment to reflect the actual quantity completed for each bid item. So we have change order number 1, the original contract was $1,130,800. The contract sum decreased by this change order in the amount of $218,597.77, and this change order leaving a total of $912,202.23. Be it further resolved that the supervisor be and is hereby authorized to execute this change order on behalf of the Town of Lancaster. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, so on this, on the question, on this one, we basically have money coming back to the town. It didn't cost as much as was estimated for this water main. And on the roll.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Dickman?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes, resolution number 14. Whereas Director of Administration and Finance, Nicholas Swanson, has approved the request from Town Clerk Diane Terranova for the recommended adjustments to the town's 2025 adopted budget. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the following budget amendments be and are hereby approved in the 2025 adopted budget of the Town of Lancaster. So we have a transfer of $1,635 from wages salaried to office furniture and equipment. Do I have a second?
Second. Go ahead.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Dickman?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Resolution number 15, Councilmember Burkhardt, please.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor and Honorable Board. I'm offering Resolution 15 for adoption. Whereas AdvancedTrucks.com LLC, 933 Ransom Road, Lancaster, has applied for a renewal license to conduct a salvage yard on premises situated at 933 Ransom Road within the Town of Lancaster, pursuant to Chapter 275 Salvage Yard and Chapter 400-23D Junkyard/Salvage Yard Design Standards of the Code of the Town of Lancaster. Whereas the application was referred to the Town Board for review, and whereas the building inspector, by letter dated November 24th, 2025, has notified the Town Board that he has completed his review and made a favorable recommendation thereto. Now therefore be it resolved that Advanced Trucks, 933 Ransom Road, Lancaster, is hereby authorized to conduct a salvage yard on premises situated at 933 Ransom Road for the period January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2026, in strict conformance with the application of the petitioner as filed in the office of the Town Clerk.
Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Dickman?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Resolution number 16. Whereas the town of Lancaster would like to formally adopt a drug-free workplace policy statement to provide a safe, healthy, and productive workplace, with this policy being adhered to as a condition of employment. And whereas the town board has given due review and consideration to the adoption of the drug-free workplace policy statement and finds it to be in the best interest to adopt said policy. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the town board of the town of Lancaster hereby adopts the drug-free workplace policy statement effective immediately. And be it further resolved that the drug-free workplace policy statement will be emailed to all department heads for distribution and provided to all future town employees upon hire. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Dickman?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Councilmember Dickman, number 17, please.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Honorable Board, I offer Resolution 17 for adoption. Whereas AMF Bowling Centers, Lancaster Lanes has applied for a license to operate and maintain a game room on the premise located at 4913 Transit Road in the town of Lancaster. And whereas the application was referred to the building inspector and the police chief for review and recommendation, and whereas the building inspector and police chief have completed their review and made a formal favorable recommendation to the town board on the issuance of this license, now therefore be it resolved that the town clerk be and is hereby authorized to issue a license to AMF Bowling Centers, Lancaster Lanes to operate and maintain a game room at 4913 Transit Road with the following conditions, and there's the three conditions, original conditions on there.
You want to hit the bottom part there?
Oh, yeah, good idea. Be it further resolved that said license shall be issued for 1 year from December 18, 2025 to December 17, 2026, in accordance with the application of the petitioner as filed the town clerk's office, accompanied with a license fee of $1,500 for 23 amusement devices.
And do we have a second? On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Dickman?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Okay, that concludes our pre-filed resolutions. At this time, we're going to go on to the presentation of communications by the town clerk. And for those not familiar with this, basically, we get all sorts of communications coming into the town clerk. They're all assigned a number, so they're recorded, and we're going to basically state what happened to them, where they went to. 552, Planning and Zoning Committee. 553, received and filed. 554 was a resolution on 11/17. 555 and 556 went to the Planning and Zoning Committee. 557, 558 went to received and filed. 559 is a resolution tonight. 560 was received and filed. 561 through 563 went to Code Enforcement. 564, 565 were received and filed. 566 received and filed. 567, Code Enforcement. Okay. 568, Code Enforcement, as is 569 and 570. 571 was a resolution tonight. 572, Code Enforcement. 573 was a resolution tonight. 574 received and filed. 575 was also received and filed. 576 was a resolution tonight. 577, Planning and Zoning Committee. 578 received and filed. 579 through 582 were received and filed. 583, Planning and Zoning Committee. Brings us to 584, which was a resolution tonight. 585, received and filed. 586 was a resolution tonight, as was 587. 588, Planning and Zoning Committee. 589, received and filed. 590 and 591 were also received and filed. Okay. So now we come to the point of the meeting where any person who wants to address the board on any topic can do so. The rules are, the town board will hear the concerns of persons desiring to address the town board on any town of Lancaster subject for a total period of 30 minutes. The procedures are to raise his or her hand, be recognized by the supervisor, give your name and address to the town clerk, speak directly to the town board members, not the audience, using the microphone provided, speak once for 5 minutes or less, unless the town board grants the speaker an extension of this time limit, and 5, any unruly activity will result in expulsion from the meeting. Do we have anybody in the audience who wants to address the town board on any subject matter? Please raise your hand. Yes, sir.
Kevin Lee Master, 720 Schwartz. Hopefully, everybody had a good Thanksgiving. I hate to even be here doing this, but on October 2nd, I had a neighbor that put up a new light on the front of the garage. It's a floodlight, LED floodlight. I spoke with them for about a week trying to convince them that the light wasn't appropriate, that it was actually coming into my home. Even with the blind shut, it's into the house. And at the end of all of it, I even offered to reimburse them for the light, have my electrician actually install the new one that both of us would be satisfied with. That was all rejected. That was on October 2nd. On October 20th, Deb spoke with Matt after one of the town board meetings, and Matt did confirm that the house is out of code, and the light isn't proper. So at that point in time, we sat back. Matt said he was going to send a letter, and so we just waited until we heard something back. As of last Monday, this past Monday, my wife contacted Matt via email and asked him what's going on with the letter. And Matt told her that he would not send a letter, unfortunately, because due to the lack of department funding. So I have a town code, I have a state code that's not being enforced, and now what do I do? Who do I go to?
Matt, any comment?
Yes, sir. So the initial discussion did not reveal a code issue. I've yet to see a code. I've asked for the code, a state code, a local code. The only requirements that limits light onto a roadway or onto adjoining properties is found in two sections of our town law. One underneath the sign code that prevents any light from a sign to shine onto a roadway, and the second is in our commercial districts that prevents light from commercial occupancies to shine into a residential district. I was unable to find the code. This is why I did not send a notice of violation to that property owner. I did drive by the house one evening, dark, and sure enough, the light was spilled onto the road, onto the houses across the street, but there's no code citation in our local law. This lack of funding discussion, my understanding, was a discussion on a different matter, and I'd like to revisit that discussion so that we can further clarify this.
We're going to be revisiting all of this.
Most of these residential issues that have light spillage from one property to another are civil matters at best. They're not code related. There's no state law that prevents that, nor is there a local law that prevents that. We had opportunity last year to make that change, but it only ended up into the commercial portions of our zoning districts that limited light, the beams of light, the intensity of light. The most recent violation that I sent, believe it or not, was on a church on a state highway in the AR district, but it was specific to an LED light sign, an LED light that was in the sign flashing and shining off of the wet road surface. And that's the reason why we didn't send the letter to a residential.
Emily, any comment on this?
Like you said, it's a civil matter.
The conversations that went on, I can't speak for my wife. It's not what I was told. So I either believe Matt or I believe my wife, but there was conversation on it.
No doubt.
I
don't doubt the conversation.
I guess I'm going to have to make it a
provide
civil
that.
matter, and the town is going to get involved in it, I guess. Thank you.
Matt, what are the budget discussions? I mean, you have enough money right now to get out and do your job, correct?
We have limited resources. We cannot provide letters recommending changing a light. As I said, our staff works tirelessly to deal with complaints that are legitimate that we could cite on, both the property maintenance code and the local law. It just beyond that, it just.
I mean, to send out a letter if it was in violation, if it's determined it is.
It would, yeah.
There's enough money to do that,
It would.
correct?
Well, there's funding available in our current budget, but it's limited. We can't address everything that we're mandated to do within our department.
Okay, I've looked at your budget.
It's a funding
I've looked at your
discussion.
budget.
This discussion that we're talking about tonight was specifically for a light complaint between two residential homes in the AR district, and we have no code citation to send out.
Okay, so you're saying you didn't send the letter because of there's no code citation?
I didn't send,
Not because you don't
That's
have
correct.
money in your budget?
that's correct.
Okay, all right. Anything else, board members, on this one? Okay, all right. Thank you. Anybody else in the audience want to be heard on any subject matter? Please raise your hand. Okay, come on up, give your name and address.
Good evening. My name is Kristen Buscemi. I live at 96 Maple Drive. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. A couple of weeks ago, I was here and I spoke about our neighborhood opposition to Woodspring Suites Hotel, the proposed construction of it on our street. And I did mention that I had poured over the zoning board meeting because our residents had missed it. In the meantime, I do have some new information. I composed a letter to Chairman Monticelli, and I'd like to read my portion of the letter I wrote her and her response. I think it's important for you to hear.
Sure.
So I'm not going to read the letters in their entirety, but I did send a copy to you, Supervisor Leary, earlier in the afternoon. So,
Right, I have it right here. I grabbed it on the way down to the meeting
Oh,
here. I'll
thank
send
you.
it to the rest of the town board members, but go ahead.
Thank you so much. Okay. So I explained who I was in my email. I said, along with our neighbors, my husband and I have attended several town planning board and town board meetings over the past 11 months, voicing our strong opposition to the proposed construction of Woodspring Suites Hotel at 0 Maple Drive in Bowmansville. We put together a petition clearly outlining our concerns with supporting facts, now backed by over 600 signatures. Unfortunately, neighborhood residents did not have legitimate representation at the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting that took place on September 11th, 2025, in which Woodspring Suites Hotel, listed for the first time under a different name as Indus Hospitality Group, petitioned for a height variance. Only one of the Maple Drive homeowners recognized this name and appeared in front of the zoning board as a proponent of the project, Paul Stephen Jr. As he stated, Paul Stephen owns the properties at 130 and 132 Maple Drive. He failed to mention that he is also part owner of Stephen Development LLC, which owns and is selling the land at 0 Maple Drive to Indus Hospitality Group. Chairman Monticelli, I have watched the live stream YouTube video of this meeting. It does not appear as though you or any of the other zoning board members were aware that Paul Stephen would profit financially from the success of the Woodspring Suites Hotel project. Paul Stephen does not reside at either of the properties next door, which are visibly overrun and neglected rentals. I also attached photos of the property. Paul Stephen presents himself as a shy neighbor while misrepresenting our community's true position on this project. In her response, she thanked me for contacting me regarding my concerns and said, "Dear Mrs. Buscemi, my fellow board members and I were surprised that no citizens other than Paul Stephen Jr. appeared before the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting on September 11th, 2025, to offer input regarding the height variance being requested by the proposed hotel. I didn't catch, and perhaps none of my fellow members caught, that the name Indus Hospitality Group was different from the name that had been used at previous town meetings, Woodspring Suites Hotel, which would explain the lack of attendance by the public. I have watched and re-watched the video of the presentation of that case and paid special attention to Mr. Stevens' appearance before the board. My impression at the time of the meeting was that Mr. Stephen resided at 130 Maple. He gave no indication that it was a rental property. Rewatching the video, I would have continued under that impression were it not for the information you provided. Furthermore, in answer to your question, I can't speak for the other board members, but I was unaware of Mr. Stevens' connection to the sale of the land located at 0 Maple Drive. I don't know if that would have changed my vote, but certainly it is information that should have been disclosed and appears likely to have been withheld by design. I felt it was important to share this with all of you, and my husband has some more information and comments to follow up the information from this letter. Thank you.
Thank you. Sir?
Howdy, Andy Buscemi, 96 Maple Drive, Kristen's husband, just kind of following up on the Wood Spring Streets project. That video, I was kind of debating asking to play it here, but I won't do that to you. I would just ask that you please watch this video from September 11th, 2025, the zoning board, starting it's like at 1 hour and 24 minutes into that zoning board meeting. You really have to watch it to understand how kind of crazy it is, the way that developed, and really kind of gross, to be honest with you, as far as it goes. So just after you watch it, what I'm about to say will make some sense. They showed up, first of all, to the zoning board under a different company name, all right? We would have been there. We were there a year ago at this time. We were going to the planning board meetings. We had no idea that this was happening at that meeting because it was under a different name. And so that's one thing. And then the owner, he intentionally misrepresents the actual desire of the neighborhood. He makes it seem as though he is a neighbor. Matter of fact, the developer basically said, like if you watch this minute-long event that happens at the zoning board meeting, the developer basically tells the board that he's a neighbor, okay? So everybody is under the impression that he's a neighbor, and strictly he is not. He is the owner. He rents the property. And he rents the property and stands to, gain financial, stands to gain from this sale of subdivision of his property and selling it, to make this hotel that nobody needs happen. So, it's really just, if you go down the street of Maple Drive right now, you will see 80 to 90% of those homes have signs that say no to Wood Spring Suites Hotel. That misrepresents totally the actual view of the residents, and that was not okay as far as that goes, as far as that zoning board meeting goes, the misrepresentation of what the residents actually want. Please watch the video. I urge you to watch the video. In any event, they said that they had different plans to make the building wider, okay? That basically the developer was, in my view, kind of threatening to say, hey, if we don't get this height variance, we threaten to make the building wider, okay? So, and the thing is should that variance have not been granted, sure, they could have said that they were going to make the building wider, but then they can't do the 2-to-1 tree replacement, okay? Which was a big sticking point that we brought out throughout those planning board meetings. That we have it in our code or whatever it is to say that there's a 2-to-1 tree replacement. Fine, they go up in height, then they can do the tree variance. And the problem, and the thing is that would have killed the project had we at least had a say or be able to participate in our government as far as that goes at that zoning board meeting, but we were not. Very disappointing, very, very gross the way that happened. So just a couple more points here. So the height variance not only changes, but it does erode the character of the neighborhood. And I think that would have been a conversation that we would have been able to have at least at one point as far as that goes there. And that's, that's basically it. I just urge you to watch that video and see the way that happened and see the presentation that it was put under. Because it really wasn't appropriate in any way, shape, or form. And that's, by the way, the nature of, I think, the group that we're dealing with on this project, and I think we should think about that if that's what we want to do going forward. That's all. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Emily, is there anything, if it was misrepresented, they came to us under one name, they go to the zoning board, so there's nothing.
The applicant didn't misrepresent anything. It was the neighbor coming in that
And the
misrepresented
developer.
it.
Because the developer said that they were a neighbor. Do we have time to watch a minute, 20 seconds of this right now?
Again, I'm not hooked up to do it, but I think you've made your point as to what occurred. I think the board understands it. we can't go back in time and redo that particular meeting. However, is there anything to stop this town board and me from calling for another public meeting on this matter when it comes up for any type of a vote?
No, certainly, I think it's important to have the public.
So what I will do, the board agrees, we will have a public meeting on the night that this thing comes back to us. It hasn't come back to us yet. For a vote in the town and give the residents an opportunity to come in and be heard on it before that particular project is voted on.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, does anybody else want to be heard on any matter in the audience this evening? Please raise your hand. Yes, sir.
Hello, Tim Hoag, 54 Maple Drive. Just want to reiterate what my neighbor said. We are vehemently opposed to this project. I don't think any of you guys would want a 4-story hotel at the end of your street, shining lights into your backyards, disrupting the wildlife, disrupting the essence of our neighborhood. What made Bowmansville so good is that historic nature that we have, and we want to protect that at all costs. And we don't want something like this that's doomed for failure. It's going to be a tax on the resources of our community. We've gone and brought we've been at every one of the planning board meetings except for that one, bringing all the reasons that this should not be done out there. And the taxes on the water pressure we have, on the fire, on the police, just going to be too great, and it's going to disrupt and be a bad thing for our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anybody else want to be heard on any matter? Please raise your hand in the back.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Diana McCroby. I live at 6 Maple Drive, Bowmansville, New York. I would like to add on with the fellow residents on my street. I do know that a lot of the owners on that street are not quite aware of what is going on. Myself as well, I was a little naive to it until I started reading a little more into it. There are concerns of not only the wildlife, the issues of the traffic that we already have, and occurring accidents. It will be a hardship as far as all the different issues that we already have with the police that have to come to the hotels residing there. We have issues of residents that walk up and down the street. They go into the vehicles. We have issues with random people that have come through our yards, and when it comes down to it, it's people that are residing in these hotels. So if we are going to add more to that, how are we going to keep our neighborhood safe? It is a very family-oriented neighborhood. There is history there. It started out as a quiet road, and the more and more that gets put on, are we going to end up kind of like North Maple? And that developer has already agreed, who had said he lived at 130, to sell a part of his property. Are we in the future going to have to worry about him selling the rest of the property, and now we'll end up with another hotel, kind of like how North Maple is, all down the side of the road? Are we turning into a business district instead of our little tiny community of Bowmansville? So I have concerns, and like I said, I know I am naive to what has happened in the past, and I'm trying to get caught up into it, but I just wanted to let you know that our neighborhood has a lot of concerns.
Diane, could you please spell your last name?
MCCROBIE.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else want to be heard on any matter? Please raise your hand at this point in time. Well, in the corner, I think you had your hand up first. Me too.
I'll continue again, just to reiterate the point. My name is Christopher McCroby. I reside at 6 Maple Drive with my wife. We've lived on Maple Street for 20 years now. I am a graduate of Lancaster High School. My wife is a graduate of Lancaster High School. All 5 of my children have graduated from this school district. We have lived in this town a long time. We bought this house specifically because we wanted to stay in the Lancaster community. And we have since, in the 20 years, have seen more development, more traffic, even to the point where the GPS takes tractor trailers down our road constantly. And I do have a lot of concerns. Again, I am kind of naive. In fact, until we joined a recent Facebook group, I was unaware of a lot of developments that were going on. We knew of the one across the other side on Genesee, but I do stress a lot of concern. Again, we have witnessed firsthand what happened on North Maple with the one hotel literally being leveled within weeks after it turned out there was sex trafficking majorly coming out of that hotel. I don't want that on our street. I didn't want it on North Maple. I sure as hell don't want it again happen. We have already a massive amount of traffic. When the town resurfaced our road, we went from being able to park on the street till someone in the town decided to put white lines on the road, to where I've had an officer stop at my house and tell me we can't park on the street because of the white lines. So it limits us on parking, and we do have a lot of our neighbors walk up and down the street all the time. So you limit the parking to change the traffic flow, which I understand, but now it potentially endangers a lot of our neighbors. We have newer kids, we have older people that walk up and down the street. There's a lady that lives at the end of the street, walks up and down with her cane or whatever like that almost daily. She lives near the end, she kind of does her daily walk. I have major concerns, even to the point, as a truck driver myself, in this town, I work at United Materials, I actually gave safety vests to two of my neighbors across the street because they're constantly walking up and down and everything else like that. And I see cars flying down our street because they can avoid going to Genesee and Transit. And they'll come whipping, I live around the corner at 6, they'll come whipping around the corner. Many times I've actually had near misses pulling out of my driveway in the morning just to go to work because of people cutting down our road to avoid the traffic at Genesee and Transit. And I fear for my neighbors that one of them is going to get hit and potentially die because of people using our road as a cut through instead of just our nice neighborhood that it is. So again, if you go drive down our street, you will see many, many of those signs. We are not in favor of this. We do not like the idea of this, and we are concerned, and we want to try to keep our street quiet and quaint and not become an industrialized area. Thank you.
Thank you. Somebody else had their hand up in the middle? Come on up.
Kathleen Pajacki at 112 Maple Drive. I know I've been here several other times. I just have a couple of questions that the town should consider. Only because of the fact of we've presented over the 11 months a FOIL Act of 880 calls that go to the current hotels. What is the town doing to address that for the crime that is already happening in the considered hotels? And what's the time spent by the police chief or the police officers on these calls? What's the average time does it take for them to spend? And that's only one little section of Lancaster. Lancaster's huge. Sure. So how much time is it taking for them to go over there already for the crime versus any other crime that's going on in the hotel?
Chief, do you have any comment on this, or do you want to do a written report or an email or something? Do you have anything you want to?
Answer to her specific topic without looking at some data, just to kind of get some information. Because every call, we do get a lot of calls up there. Nobody's.
Well, in a one-year period last year, I can tell you it was 880.
Sure, and nobody's embellishing
The numbers.
Those
Right.
numbers are those numbers, but they vary from first aids to alarm calls to domestic violence type related calls, so I can't give an accurate.
Let's include prostitution.
Correct.
Larceny.
It includes everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't give an accurate amount of time we spend up there. We spend a lot of time also at Walmart. So it would take some time to put some data together, but I'm not opposed to having it
Yeah,
done.
so we can get some specific information to answer those questions.
Okay.
And again, nobody's doubting the amount of calls, the information that you turned over to us.
Okay. And then also the amount of tax dollars that you've collected from like maybe 2020 to 2025 on the current hotels that are there versus the tax dollars that you've gotten from the residents that actually live there. Is it a benefit to the town?
Okay, could you send me an email on that one? I'll see what I can put together.
Sure.
Okay, rleary@lancasterny.gov.
I got it.
All right.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. All right, does anybody else want to be heard on this matter or any other matter? Please raise your hand. Okay, seeing no additional hands raised at this point in time, we have to go into executive session. Can I have a motion to go into executive session?
Motion.
Can I have a second?
Second.
On the roll.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Dickman?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley? Supervisor Lear?
Yes. Thank you very much for coming, guys. Everybody have a great night.
You what?